Hey everyone, Kyle once again. And welcome back to the next movie review and back to doing another Steven Seagal Shea-directed video movie. Then the next one, like I said, he has like 4 films comes out within 1 year. 2003 was the start of it, right? I did 2 already, yeah. First was The Foreigner, that was absolute shit. Out for Kill sucked. But then the other one he did in 2003. Which this time, The Belly of the Beast. What can I say about this title, Belly of the Beast? I can think of a lot of things about that title. But anyway, Belly of the Beast, another direct-to-video one, released from 2000 to 2003. Like it's the same as The Foreigner and Out for Kill. This time it's not that director who directed the previous 2 ones. It's the guy by the name of Ching Siu-tung, Chinese director. I don't know what this guy's done though, but it stars Steven Seagal once again, and it stars Byron Mann. Byron Mann, I know he was. If one know him, he was from Street Fighter with Van Damme. He was played the character being Ryu. He was in the 90s Street Fighter film with Van Damme. Here, I think this guy is. Before I watch, I'd rather watch this guy, and than Seagal in this movie. I think he would be a better lead than Seagal does. And at least he was decent in this movie. I mean, he doesn't give it much, but wherever some of the fights he does, okay, I think it was pretty decent. But Seagal, I mean, yeah, so of course, war with the freaking stunt doubles once again. I'm like, there's even stuff that Seagal would not even do in this movie. I mean, when it's up close doing the hand, up close to that Seagal, but when it comes to wide shots, though, I mean, of course, this is obvious stunt double, right? And so there was so much. Okay. There's so much more silly shit in this movie, more than the previous ones, because this made me freaking just cry out laughing. Like, I'm not laughing to go, I'm just laughing because this is how far gone Steven Seagal is, you know? I mean, because, okay, in the movie, he's a CIA agent named Jake Hopper, and he was on this task, and there was a scene where he slides across the floor. Or he's like a 10-second pose where he slides across the floor like this. I think it was like, how do I do it? It was like this, alright? He's like sliding across the floor for going for maybe like 10 seconds at most. I'm like, jeez. I mean, it was a silly, goofy crap. I'm like, this is what Seagal has gone to now. I'm like, just silly doing a pose, like he's sliding across the floor, and he steals a bottle of water, because, well, he needs water now, you know, he needs water. And then, but one thing leads to another, that I think it was his partner, Byron was his partner, and, I think it was, and he actually shoots, he was supposed to shoot a bad guy, but actually shoots a woman. And then sometime goes by, and now Byron Mann is a monk. And Steven Seagal has a daughter, and her and friends go to vacation in Thailand. And then she gets taken, which no, this takes place 5 years before Taken does. But it's kind of like that, and her friends, like a couple of her friends get killed, and she has another friend that's still alive, but she gets taken. I always would imagine if Seagal said the dialogue that Liam Neeson would said over the phone, you know, I will find you and I will kill you, right? Even if that would be less intimidating than what Liam Neeson would say, and also on top of that, it would be dubbed as well, because you get more dubbing in, you know, it's just, it would have been dubbed anyway, because Steven Seagal can't use his own voice anymore. So even that's probably that would get ruined by that. And so, and then you get some action where he wants to find his daughter, like, because ever since then he's been doing off and on jobs, right? But then he learns about his daughter being kidnapped, and so he goes there to find her, and he gets some, and then brings Byron Man with him, and he gets. Okay, I don't know. This is because they're in a train. They're in a train yard, right? And he goes like a crash like through one part of a train. You know, like a train wall. It's like not metal, but it's like wood though. And the funny thing is, okay, well, is he jumping through, crashing through the train wall, right? Or a boxcar wall, whatever. Because it's up close. You see up close shots of Seagal's face when he's shooting, right? But in the wide shots, it's a stunt double. And you know why it's a stunt double? Because as he's flying through the air, shooting, right, you see a piece of wood that covers the face. Because it shows, like, as he's shooting, it's like this. How is that going? I'm kind of it's like, you know? And why the case? Because it's an obvious Seagal stunt double, because that's why it's covering his face, because I mean, this shows that they're not trying to hide this is stunt double, you know? They're trying to hide that. I mean, this is silly as crap right now. And then this goes on his little cart, a little wheel cart, and he's shooting more guys, and you get some. I will give a little props. So you get some decent practical blood squibs. I'll give him that. At least they can afford some practical blood squibs. And then he gets arrested, and then gets a little tussle with the cops at one point. I'm like, and also, and wherever the bad guys plot this was like, because he gets to get the lead bad guy is his general, and who else? Listen, whatever the little things that Byron Man does is decent. I'm like, why can't this guy just be the lead in this movie, not Seagal? Because also there's a point where he's trying to fight a star, and some other fights where he fights a guy in a taxi who tries to kill him, and then he fights a guy in a market. Like, this is all very tame Seagal fights, you know. I mean, it's so sad when I'm watching these. I just think back to the glory days of Seagal, where he was so brutal to the bad guys. You know, he was savage. Like, Marked for Death. Like I reviewed, right? Marked for Death. With the bad guys, the twins, right? The Screwface twins. First, he cuts the first brother, he cuts his head off. But the second twin brother of Screwface, first of all, he gouges the guy's eyes out, breaks his back, and then throws down an elevator shaft where he gets impaled. You know? Or even in the first Under Siege film with Tommy Lee Jones, when he's fighting Tommy Lee Jones, he takes his thumb and gouges one of his eyes out, then sticks a knife in his head, and then just shoves him through one of the radar computers. Keep the faith, Stranix. I mean, it's like I miss those that savage Seagal. He goes so brutal on these bad guys, you know, and then or even hard to kill with the guy who shot his wife, right? He sticks a the broken pool stick in the guy's neck, you know. It's like, that was for my wife. Fuck you and die. And then goes and kicks him in the face for good measure. The guy, like, falls and bends, like, almost backwards on his legs in a way. And then, even the brutal fights we had with William Forsythe and Alfred Justice, if we're just beating the living shit out of him. Or even Evan McGill in Under Siege 2. You know? I missed that brutal Seagal, you know? Here, in his direct-to-video films, these are mostly just tame fights. He does, like very quick, whimsical, hand-to-hand combat. And when it does, a lot of his stunt doubles does this work for him now. Because this is a point where, obviously, of course, it shows his backside. Because whenever it shows the backside of Seagal, it's a stunt double. Because he can't show his face. You see the point where that piece of wood was levitating when he's jumping across for shooting in the air to cover his face. Because you know that's a stunt double. But the point I'm saying is, there's a point where even the stuff where even Seagal doesn't even do. Like, the stunt double actually does a 360 kick. I'm like, Seagal can never do that. Never once, as all of his films, he never does a 360 kick. Van Damme is the one that does the 360 kick, his famous helicopter kick. You know, Van Damme can do that, but not Seagal. I don't. I'm like, you're showing a move that Seagal would never ever do. He does like front kicks and stuff like that, yeah, but he doesn't do a 360 kick. And then he comes back like once with a daughter, and then with another friend of hers. The daughter actually kills one of the bad guys. Kills a bad guy. Like, she has a knife, then takes and stabs one bad guy who was about to. I think it was about to rape one of her other friend. I think. And then and there's a fight where Seagal fights a cross-dresser. He fights a cross-dresser as a guy, which I don't know what I'm gonna say about that. Or there's a part where there's a woman who flashes her tits at him. Okay, but the thing is that when she gets wet, because throw water on her, which is wet, like it shows like a hidden message, like a tattoo right here, that it shows like a message. That's why. There's a report he was gonna do it with another woman, but I'm like, oh, I don't want to freaking see that. I don't want to see freaking Fat Seagal doing it. I'm like, that would really give me freaking nightmares that I cannot unsee. But thank God they did not go that route. Thank God, because that would give me freaking nightmares if I saw that. Jeez. And then you get some more wire fu action because there's some gunfights with him, and when Byron comes in, and like I said, you get some very decent practical blood squibs. I'll give him that. That's one of the things I give is some good practical blood squibs. I always like seeing that because it's done for real, not CGI blood. And then you get more wire fu action, like when Seagal he throws a sword and one bad guy gets impaled, and it sends him flying back like 10 feet through this pile of wood. Or then when it comes to the bad guy, the general, even with the wire food, it looks silly as hell. It was so goofy, like because now Seagal he's the One Punch Man now, because with one hit, poof, sends the guy flying back like 10 feet, and he's like literally flying through the air. He's like, flying through the air. And he hits into the wall and he dies from that. I'm like, oh my God. This was more laughable for me. This movie was much more laughable for me. I mean, first Seagal is sliding on a floor in a 10-second pose, and then just like, and on his stunt double with a piece of wood covering his freaking face because it's a stunt double. I'm like, and then you have this, and the Seagal sends the main bad guy like flying back 10 feet with one freaking hit. And now he's like the freaking One Punch Man, as if he is the One Punch Man. Because, well, first of all, this came out years before One Punch Man came around. Years before. But the way how the guy just flew back, he's like flying through midair, like when you like this, you like outstretched arms, your legs are outstretched forward like your arms are too, and the guy's like flying through the air as he hits the back of the bookshelf or whatever. I'm like, you literally see him flying through the air. Oh my God. I'm not making this crap up. I'm not. I'm laughing because this is how down the toilet Seagal's films have gone now. I'm not making this up. Just try to watch the movie yourself. I'm not making this shit up, with the whole sliding and then the piece of wood blocking his face because stunt double. Then they send the guy flying back 10 feet. Like, it's like if I'm saying from like, okay, say like the back room right there, my back wall there. Like, imagine I'm right there, I'm Seagal, I do that one thing to that bad guy, and the guy sends flying back like that far to the other side of the room. And then finds his daughter, and then although sadly though, Barrowman, he gets shot sadly, and he dies from his wounds sadly. Oh, and there was a point where it was like, and speaking of, if anything that's silly enough, you get a Voodoo now, because there was a old man with tattoos, right, and he does like this. He has like a thing of like Indiana Jones, right, in Temple of Doom. of doll of Indiana Jones, and the kid just he's like, ah! You know. Well, the guy just did do the same thing, but Seagal's like, he's doing like this. You see, he's trying to be in pain, but he's like He's not like Indiana Jones how he was expressing. When he gets stabbed, and Indiana Jones is really expressing out pain, he's like screaming out bloody murder, like, ah! You know. And Seagal's like not even trying to do that. He's like trying to be like holding in the pain, you know. And they get Byron and his monks, you know, like doing like some spirit power. You see lightning in the bag, doing some spirit powers to I guess stop that voodoo stuff for the old man. I guess I don't know. It's like all this silly shit what has happened in this movie. I mean, this has gone from The Foreigner to like confusing, and then they get some stuff like an Out for Kill. It's silly though, but here this goes from straight out being silly, goofy crap. Shit, you know. I mean, what am I supposed to say about this one? Jeez, I mean, Belly of the Beast. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, guys. Screw it, you know. Maybe Seagal needs to eat this movie and stuff it down his belly, you know. He's the beast. Make this film, shove it, and make it go down his belly, you know. Along with the rest of the McDonald's and stuff he eats, you know. Jeez. Fat Seagal. I don't need to see Fat Seagal anymore. Jeez. This is why I mean it's such torture to watch these movies. This is literally torture to watch, you know, because it just... like I said before, it just shows how far Seagal has gone from back in his prime golden days, you know? It's so sad when I watch films, the good ones like Under Siege 1 and 2, Out for Justice, like I said, Hard to Kill, Marked for Death, Above the Law. Even the ones I think are not as bad as people make it out to be, like On Deadly Ground, The Glimmer Man, Fire Down Below, you know. But then The Patriot, and there's Ticker, and I forgot to mention the other one, Half Past Dead. That was also a piece of shit movie with, sadly, you know, with Morris Chestnut, who he reunites from Under Siege 2. That was shit as well. And then I look at the other good directed video films I've seen, like with Van Damme, like I said, with Wake of Death, In Hell, The Order, and another good one I like from Van Damme from his direct video stuff, the Shepherd Border Patrol. That's another good one I like. Yeah, I do have it because I was looking through it and I saw it. Oh yeah, I like the Shepherd Border Patrol. And then the other ones, like I said before, with Dolph Lundgren, you know, with Command Performance, Skin Trade, Battle of the Dam, where he's mixed with robots and zombies. You know, I like Battle of the Dam with Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren. I'm sorry. The Defender, that's another good one. It's just sad how those two have got better done better direct video stuff than Seagal has, and that's sad. Even other ones, from other people, like I said, with Scott Adkins, I like. Even Michael Jai White with Blood and Bone, you know, I like Blood and Bone. My brother, he even likes with Michael Jai White's and Scott Adkins stuff, you know. That's one thing. Another thing me and my brother agree on. Undisputed. 2, it was Undisputed 2 I liked. Me and my brother liked that one. So some stuff with Scott Adkins, you know, we like, you know. Even, and speaking of the whole magic stuff like in this movie, that was I think they ripped off the other one, was a Firewalker with Chuck Norris. That was a much better movie, and I enjoyed Firewalker. That was also with Chuck Norris and Louis Gossett Jr. You know Louis Gossett Jr. from Iron Eagle and even Jaws 3, yes. And Enemy Mine. I like Firewalker with Chuck Norris. All these guys have done much better direct-to-video stuff than freaking Steven Seagal has, you know? How freaking sad is that? You know, and this just sucks, you know, when we see the back in the glory days of Steven Seagal, this is how far down he has gotten. Belly the freaking beast. Yes, make him eat it, and then shove it down his belly too. His fat belly now. I don't care because I'm sure a lot of people I'm sure a lot of people have lost respect for Seagal over the years, the same as I have. Okay. But yeah, I don't want to make this too long, but that's basically some of the gist of it. It's kind of like almost like Taken. Yeah, it's like Taken away, but pre-Taken, because this came like 5 years before Taken. But yeah, his daughter's kidnapped and he goes to Thailand, try to get her back. Like I said, Byron Mann. I think he was only the best part of the movie. Like I said, why can this guy just beat the lead and not Seagal? Okay, whatever the little stuff he's done to do, it was decent. You know, honestly he was the best part of the film. And like I said, you do get some practical blood squids, which I do appreciate. But the thing is, though, the silly stuff was, like I said, the wire food, especially the jaguar, the silly way with the guy flying back, 10 feet back, was beyond silly. The obvious stunt double just, like, the 360, where this is what Steven Seagal would never even do. And the whole thing with a piece of wire covering his face because to hide the fact that it's a stunt double, jeez. And the whole, him sliding across the floor, like as a penguin. You know how penguins slide across the floor on their bellies? Well, actually, I don't think he was sliding on his belly. He was like doing like a slide like this, Probably that would be sort of belly of the beast. Sliding on it, he would have been sliding on his fat belly, My God, man. Man, these films are just taking a freaking toll on me because I don't know how much more I can take it doing more and more of these. But hey, like I said, no rants, no fun for you guys. I'm sure because you guys see me having fun doing these rants. It's probably fun for you guys watching these rants because that's why I do it for you guys. It's because without doing rants, there will be no fun because it's fun to rant. All at the same time being very serious too. Because I'm passionate about these things. Just. It's passion and sometimes it's fun at the same time. But yeah, the thing is, I have to go through hell to just watch these freaking Steven Seagal directed video films. God. But hey, if you haven't seen any of these movies, if you want to watch them, go right ahead. Like I said, it's good luck. But don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't warn you. But anyway, yeah, that was the Belly of the Beast. All three from 2003 sucked. The Foreigner I was gonna say so far the Foreigner has been worse right now because I was just beyond confused. Like I said, Out for Kill. I had probably understood better of the story though, but it still sucked. Here, Belly of the Beast, which I don't know why this cover is this car is on this cover. I don't know why. Because I don't see something like that in the movie, like something like this. I don't know why. But this was just silly. This is just beyond silly, goofy Seagal, That's the thing. It was just silly. That's more, but where I can say silly. But anyway, that's Belly of the Beast. Belly of the Beast, like I said before. You can make all ways to make fun of that title. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next movie review, and we'll see you next time. Later.